Don't wait till you lose something before you know how valuable that thing is in your life, or you lose somebody before you know how important that person is in your life. Why do we have to lose people before we know how important they are? Why?
And ultimately, what I always wanted, I had all along. So we have good right in front of us and we don't know how to take care of it. What I'm saying, ladies, the grass is not greener on the other side. If you have a good guy, take care of him. Take care of him. Trust me, there's nothing good out in these streets.
Some of you is a fiance, you have a fiance, you are comparing your fiance with another person. You are not ready. You are not ready until you start being grateful for the things that God has given you right now. You are not deserving of more, and you are not deserving of better. You are not. Do you have to be in a situation where you were kidnapped before you know that the freedom you have is priceless? Do you have to get to a point where you cannot walk again before you know that every step you take is God's goodness and God's blessing to you? Too many times in life, we take for granted the good things that God is doing in our life. When you get to a level where you can admit fully that you took someone for granted, or you were not accountable to them, you are ready for changes in your life. You are ready for your next level of promotion. If you have to lose something, or you have to lose somebody before you know how important that person is to you, it shows that you are not walking in wisdom. So there was a video that I watched that deeply touched me. Let's watch it together.
I was a selfish bitch in my marriage. I've been divorced now almost 4 years, but I was married to my ex-husband 16 years and with him 18 years. And again, I was a selfish bitch. Nothing was ever good enough. I took him for granted. He seriously rolled out the red carpet for me. He was sweet, kind, generous. He told me how much he loved me 5 times a day. He told me how beautiful I was every day. If he'd wake me up in the morning, because he knows I love massages, wake me up rubbing my shoulders. He'd rub my feet every evening while we were watching TV. If I said, for example, oh, I'm craving a Dr. Pepper, he'd be like, okay, let me go to the corner store and get it. He adored me. He was amazing. Like, on paper, it's what every girl wants. Seriously. And yeah, I took it for granted. And now I lost that, right? And I carried a lot of guilt because I caused it. That's my biggest regret in life, is not saving, the whole family aspect. The grass is not always greener on the other side, ladies. It's not. I'm good now. I feel great. And he's super happy with his girlfriend. And honestly, I could not be happier for him, because he deserved to be loved and cared about and respected, as he should have always been. So I'm so happy that he's happy. Anyways, what I'm saying, ladies, the grass is not greener on the other side. If you have a good guy, take care of him. Take care of him. Trust me, there's nothing good out in these streets. He seriously set the bar. He set the bar. And ultimately, what I always wanted, I had all along. So we have good right in front of us and we don't know how to take care of it.
We don't have to lose something before we know how valuable something is to us. If you have to lose something, or you have to lose somebody before you know how important that person is to you, it shows that you are not walking in wisdom. When you have to lose something before you know the value of that thing, it shows that you are lacking wisdom. Now, as much as I have a high respect for this lady, I have such, and I believe, I honestly, contrary to what some people may say, some people would like to bash her. No. I think she's a great woman. I think she's a great woman. I think she's a phenomenal woman. I think she's an honest woman, and I pray for her that may God give her something for her truthfulness and her accountability. Because most people will not be this accountable. I'm being honest with you. Most people will not be this accountable. They'll rather keep claiming that something was wrong with the person instead of admitting that they took the person for granted. Too many people, take the good things they have in their life for granted. They take for the beautiful things, the beautiful people, the kindness that God has given them, they take it for granted. If you discover that you are always complaining, you discover that you are always unhappy, if you discover that you are always looking out for what other people have that you don't have, there's a very high probability you are already taking the good things in your life for granted. If you are never at a place where you can kneel down and thank God for the little that you have, you are at a very, very high risk of losing the good things that you currently have. Why do you have to lose your good health before you know that being healthy and waking up every day is a tremendous gift from God? Do you have to be in a situation where you were kidnapped before you know that the freedom you have is priceless? Do you have to get to a point where you cannot walk again before you know that every step you take is God's goodness and God's blessing to you? Too many times in life, we take for granted the good things that God is doing in our life. Why? Because we are too busy comparing our lives with other people. Too busy comparing our lives with other people. What touched, you could see the pain in her voice. You could see the pain. She wished she could turn back the hands of time, but it's too late. It's too late. This message is coming to some of you. Some of you, it's not too late for some of you yet. You have a husband that really loves you. You have a father that cares for you. You have a mother that cares for you, that is alive. You have a brother, a sister, a pastor, a friend, a teacher, and you are taking for granted these people. Why? You've watched either too much social media and you've compared your life with the life of other people. I love this scripture so much. I think it's in Corinthians where it says, they that measure themselves by themselves are not wise, and comparing themselves with themselves. It says they are not wise. You are not wise. By the time you have to lose something, before you know how important that thing is, you should go on your knees and say, Father, help me learn to give thanks for the things that I have. Something is wrong. If you have to lose something before you know its value, it is a lapse in your judgment. It's a lapse in your wisdom. It's a great lapse. A great lapse. Coming back home every day, give thanks. Waking up in the morning, give thanks. The ability to walk from A to B, point A to point B, without a car, give thanks. The ability to eat, swallow the food, and go to the restroom and defecate with joy, give thanks. Give thanks. Don't wait till you lose something before you know how valuable that thing is in your life, or you lose somebody before you know how important that person is in your life. Why would your lesson always be, why should your lesson always be until I lose the person before I know their value? There's something we do in Africa. Oh God. And yes, I have to thank my man of God, Pastor Chris, again. Pastor told us one time that we should celebrate the birthdays of people. Many people think that the birthdays are just, we just celebrate birthdays just to mark time, and it's a new year for the person, so we just want to. No. Pastor said, especially in Africa, many times we celebrate the dead. We wait till the person is dead before we start celebrating the person. So until the person dies, we didn't know the person's value. Until the person leaves our lives, we didn't know the person's value. We didn't know we didn't know the impact that they made in our lives individually until that person died, or that person moved out of town, or that person left that area, or left the church. Why do we have to lose people before we know how important they are? Why? It shows that our walk with God is not on point. It shows that there is a lapse in wisdom. It shows there's a lapse in our judgment. There's a major lapse. The Bible says, he who compares himself with others is not wise. They that measure themselves with others are not wise. When you find yourself always comparing your life with somebody you are watching on TikTok, somebody you are watching on Facebook, somebody you are watching on Instagram. Meanwhile, you have a good husband, you are looking for another person. You have a good fiance, you are looking at another person. You have a good wife, you are looking at another person. It is when you lose them that you now learn. It shows how foolish you are. It shows how foolish you are. And don't be foolish. Refuse to be foolish. What do you do? How do you avoid this? Very simple. Wherever you are in life today, start to thank God for where you are. Thank God for the house you are currently living in. It will get better. I wasn't living in this place. I wasn't living in this place. You see, but God promoted me and gave me this place. And I'm grateful to Him. And He has promised me that it will get better. Yes. Thank God for where you currently are. You have 2 shoes. Thank God for those shoes. You have a husband that loves you and cares for you. Value him, celebrate him, uplift him. You have a wife who loves you, who appreciates you. Celebrate her, uplift her. Let her know she's beautiful. Let her know that she matters. Your children, celebrate them. Your pastor, celebrate him. Stop comparing him with another pastor. Stop comparing him with another person. Stop comparing. Some of you is a fiance. You have a fiance. You are comparing your fiance with another person. You are not ready. You are not ready until you start being grateful for the things that God has given you right now. You are not deserving of more, and you are not deserving of better. You are not. You are not. So this video really touched me, and to me, she's a brave woman. She's a courageous woman, and she's an accountable woman. And my prayer is that, Raquel, may God give you, may God comfort you. May God replace whatever it is that you have lost. To admit that you took somebody for granted takes great level of humility and accountability, and I respect her for it. I respect her. Very few women and men too are able to be accountable and say, I made a mistake. I took them for granted. I didn't value them when they were in my life, and that is why I lost them. When you get to a level where you can admit fully that you took someone for granted, or you were not accountable to them, you are ready for changes in your life. You are ready for your next level of promotion. So cheer up, Raquel. May the Lord comfort you. And for those of you who have not made that mistake, or you are in the verge of making such a mistake, turn back now. Begin to be grateful for the things that you have. Don't lose people and things before you know how valuable they were to you. That experience is a terrible experience. That teacher is a terrible teacher. It's not the teacher that I want, and it's not the teacher that any of us want. Value the people and the things you have in your life currently. I hope this blessed you. If you know there's someone that needs it, share it to someone, like and kindly subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.